I have to ask, have you felt it?
Oh, yeah.
It's not something you can, point to on a calendar, but there's this low-level hum, a sense that things aren't just changing, but that the rate of change is just, well, it's breaking the speedometer.
It's not just a feeling. It
Yeah.
really isn't. It's measurable. When we went through the research for this deep dive, that's the one pattern that just screams out at you.
A convergence?
Exactly. A convergence, you've got AI disruption, you have these huge economic shifts, and then environmental strain all hitting the timeline at the exact same moment.
No.
It's a lot for the human brain to process.
It is. And usually when I hear people talk about this stuff, the conversation goes straight to the bunker. Buy gold, hoard beans, all doom and gloom.
Right.
But looking at the sources we have today, that doesn't seem to be where we're going with this.
Absolutely not. Panic is not a strategy. It's a reaction, and usually a pretty bad one. The whole mission here is to build what the sources call a gentle, fact-based guide to stability. It's about moving from autopilot to intentionality.
I like the sound of gentle, but I have to be the skeptic for a second. We're talking about robots taking jobs, digital surveillance.
Heavy topics.
Yeah, heavy topics.
Yeah.
How do we square gentle with that? It feels a little like trying to put a cozy sweater on a grizzly bear.
That's a fair pushback. Look, gentle doesn't mean soft or, ignorant. It means deliberate.
Okay.
It means we look the grizzly bear in the eye, we understand its behavior, and we make a plan that doesn't involve getting eaten, but also doesn't involve living in a state of constant adrenaline-fueled terror.
All right, I can get on board with that. So let's map this out. We're going to look at what is actually shifting the AI workforce of these digital IDs that are popping up everywhere.
Then we'll get into the mindset, a framework called CLEAR.
And finally, we get physical.
And that physical section is where I think we're going to surprise people. The research on what's called health as sovereignty, specifically about sunlight, and believe it or not, dental hygiene.
Okay, we're definitely going to fight about the dental hygiene part later.
Right.
I still think that's a stretch.
We'll get there.
But let's start with the hard stuff, the shift. The sources on the workforce are pretty sobering. I think for a long time the story was AI takes the creative jobs, but plumbers, they're safe. You can't ChatGPT a leaky pipe.
That whole assumption is just crumbling fast. The sources are talking about the new wave of humanoid robots. And these aren't Roombas. We're talking bipedal machines with real dexterity.
Oh, wow.
The tech is advancing so quickly that a robot with AI vision could eventually crawl under a house to fix the plumbing.
It is a terrifying image.
Yeah.
Just a metal Spider-Man fixing your pipes.
It's unsettling. And think about the economic side. If that blue-collar safety net is gone, where do people go? For white-collar jobs, the data is already brutal.
Right.
We have a Stanford study in the stack showing a 13% job loss in AI-exposed jobs, specifically for recent college graduates.
Wait, 13%?
13. It's a massive number. And notice who it hits. Recent grads. The entry-level market.
The jobs where you learn the ropes.
Gone. They're just evaporating. It's this hollowing out of the career ladder.
And it feels like the tech companies are just stepping on the gas anyway. There was note in the sources about XAI Elon Musk's company bringing back that old Silicon Valley mantra.
Move fast and break stuff.
Right. Which was one thing when they were breaking, say, the taxi industry. But now they're breaking the labor market and, according to one source, the very idea of truth itself.
And that's the derangement of human intellect, they mention. It's a strong phrase, but it's accurate. With deepfakes, we're at a point where video evidence isn't proof anymore.
So if you see a video of someone robbing a bank,
can you trust your eyes? Can you trust that it's real? If we can't trust video, we can't agree on basic facts.
And that creates a vacuum of trust.
Exactly. And that destabilizes society faster than any economic crash.
Which is where governments step in to restore order. And this leads us to digital IDs. I feel like 5 years ago this was a fringe theory, and now it's just standard government policy.
It's the state's answer to the chaos, to the derangement. But the rollout is incredibly aggressive. Look at the UK plans for a mandatory digital ID for the right to work.
So literally no digital ID, no job.
Correct. And it's not just the UK. The sources list 25 U.S. states with digital driver's license programs already. The EU has a mandatory digital wallet rolling out by 2026. The UN wants a legal identity for all by 2030.
And on paper, they sell this as convenience, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't need a wallet. It prevents fraud. It all sounds so benevolent.
That's the sales pitch. But one of our sources uses a term that really stops you in your tracks. Turnkey totalitarianism.
Whoa. That's heavy. What does that actually mean?
It means building the infrastructure for total control, even if you don't plan to use it yet.
Yeah.
It's like building a prison, but leaving the doors unlocked for now.
The system is ready to go.
Exactly. When your ability to work, travel, bank, everything is linked to one digital file that tracks your location and history, you've built the perfect architecture for a surveillance state. All it takes is one crisis, one bad leader to turn that key.
It centralizes control in a way that just wasn't possible with, paper passports and cash.
It removes the friction of tyranny.
Okay, so the digital world is a control grid. But there's a physical cost to all this. We talk about the cloud like it's this fluffy thing in the sky.
But it's actually concrete, steel, and massive air conditioners.
It's heavy, it's hot, and it's incredibly thirsty. The data centers.
The AI boom requires computational power that is just off the charts. One source highlights that AI data centers could soon consume 12% of the total U.S. electricity supply.
12%. That's a staggering load on the grid.
And the water usage.
I saw that stat.
It's enough for a city the size of Santa Cruz. A single building using as much water as 60,000 people. And they're building them in places like Arizona,
Where there's already a water crisis.
So you have this tech facility competing with local farmers for the basic fluid of life. And then there's the noise.
The drone.
This constant 2,147 low-frequency hum from the cooling fans. Residents report health issues, sleep deprivation, anxiety. The internet isn't free. It has a physical toll.
Okay, I'm going to pause us there because my heart rate is going up. We have robots coming for jobs, deep fakes breaking reality, digital IDs tracking us, and data centers drinking our water.
It's a lot.
Yeah. If I'm listening, I'm thinking, great, thanks for the panic attack, now what?
And this is exactly why we need to pivot. You can't control the macro shifts. You can't personally stop Google from building a data center, but you can control your internal operating system. And this is where the CLEAR mindset comes in.
CLEAR. It sounds a little bit like corporate retreat jargon, to be honest. Is there actually some meat on this bone?
There is. It's really a survival strategy for your mind. Let's just break it down. C is for clarity of vision.
Which means what? Vision boards?
No. It means knowing your destination. If you don't know your why you work, what your values are, the algorithm will define those things for you. You have to define success for yourself.
Okay, that's fair. L is leveraged learning.
This is about input control. Choosing high-quality information podcasts, books, instead of just doom scrolling. You have to upgrade your mental software.
E is emotional discipline. This one feels like the hardest one.
It's the hardest for everyone. It's the ability to see a scary headline and just pause, not letting the external chaos hijack your internal state. If every news alert triggers fight or flight, you're going to burn out.
Okay. A is aligned action.
Filtering. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Does this action align with the vision you set in step 1? It's about saying no to the noise.
And R is resilient accountability.
Weekly self-reviews. A feedback loop. I mean, the sources are clear. You have to evolve your decision-making faster than the world changes around you.
So that handles the mind. Fortify the mental castle. But we still live in a physical body, in a physical world that's tracking that body. This brings us to the most surprising part of the research for me.
Health is sovereignty.
Yeah, the big aha moment. We just talked about digital IDs and biometrics, right?
Right. Face scans, iris scans.
So in a world run by that stuff, your physical body is your password. But my body is my body. How does my health change my password?
Think about what happens when you get sick, like really sick. Chronic inflammation, metabolic disease. It changes you. But more importantly, it makes you dependent.
Dependent on the system.
Yes. The pharmaceutical system, the insurance system. And those systems are the gateways for the digital ID. If you need the system to stay alive, you cannot opt out.
You can't say no to the surveillance if your life depends on it.
Exactly. So staying healthy isn't just about feeling good anymore. It's about maintaining the option to say no. It's about autonomy.
This has to be where the dental advice comes in.
It is.
I have to be honest, I thought that was a typo. You're telling me my defense against an AI apocalypse is a piece of string.
It sounds ridiculous, I know. But follow the biological logic. Gum disease, periodontal disease, is a primary driver of systemic inflammation.
It's an open wound in your mouth.
Basically, yeah. Leaking bacteria into your bloodstream 24/7. That inflammation is a huge risk factor for heart disease, diabetes. If your mouth is inflamed, your whole body is under siege, you become fragile.
And fragility is a liability.
So floss, brush, rinse is a defense mechanism. It keeps your biological identity stable and your dependency on the medical system low.
So a cavity changes my face scan. The cavity leads to inflammation, which leads to a heart condition, which leads to the hospital that demands the ID.
You got it. It's a chain reaction. And you can break that chain at the source.
That is wild. But there was another health insight that was even more fascinating. About sunlight. And not just vitamin D.
Yes, the New START protocol. He dives into the physics of sunlight. We always think of UV light, the stuff that gives you a sunburn, but he talks about infrared light.
Which we can't see.
Can't see it, but you feel it as heat. And here's the kicker. It penetrates deeper than UV. It goes about 8 centimeters into your body, right through your clothes.
8 centimeters. What does it do when it gets in there?
It hits the mitochondria, the power plants in your cells, and that infrared light stimulates the mitochondria to produce melatonin inside the cell.
Wait, I thought melatonin was a sleep hormone from the brain.
That's pineal gland melatonin, yeah. This is different. This is local. And in the mitochondria, melatonin isn't for sleep. It's a coolant, a powerful antioxidant that scrubs up the exhaust from energy production.
So getting sunlight is literally like putting coolant in your car's radiator.
That's the perfect analogy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're inside under LED lights all day, your engine runs hot. You get oxidative stress, inflammation.
There was that story in the source material about the 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, this one got to me. He's in a hospital bed, dying. Severe fungal infection in his lungs. His immune system has crashed. The doctors have tried everything. Nothing's working.
And they're basically ready to call it.
Right. And the boy's dying wish was simple. He just wanted to go outside, feel the sun. So, against protocol, they wheeled him out to a courtyard.
Just to give him a nice final moment, they probably thought.
Exactly, but they wheeled him out. And they did it the next day. And the next. And something impossible happened.
His numbers changed.
His infection markers dropped. His immune system woke up. He didn't die. He recovered. Just from being outside. The source cites a study showing just 15 minutes of this light can turn on that mitochondrial efficiency.
It wasn't magic, it was biology.
It was biology. We're so focused on the metaverse and AI, but our mitochondria are ancient. They just need the sun. It's high-tech awareness, but low-tech resilience.
Which leads us perfectly into practical preparedness. Mind, body, now skills. The sources distinguish between urban and wilderness skills.
And we tend to fantasize about wilderness skills, like building a fire, which is great. But most of us don't even know how to navigate our own neighborhood without Google Maps.
Situational awareness is the #1 urban skill they list.
Which really just means looking up from your phone, noticing the exits, watching the crowd. If things go sideways, the person staring at their screen is a victim. The person looking at the room is a survivor.
Then there's water access. They pointed out that hidden reservoir almost everyone has.
The water heater. You probably have 40 or 50 gallons of potable water sitting in a tank in a closet right now. If the taps run dry, do you know how to get it out?
I honestly don't. And that's a failure of curiosity on my part.
It's a 10-minute YouTube video, and it could save your life. That's urban preparedness. Or reading a physical map because digital dependence is a vulnerability.
But the sources also emphasize something else. Beyond the classic prepper stuff, they list morale and community as survival skills.
This is critical. In that New START framework, the final T is for trust. The science shows that trust, having faith in something or someone, is biologically linked to handling stress better. Isolation is a killer.
The idea that the lone wolf prepper, alone in his bunker.
He's incredibly vulnerable. You can't survive a systemic shift alone. You need to sleep, you need a network, you need people you trust. Preparedness isn't hoarding, it's helping, it's building relationships.
I love that. So let's bring this all together. We started with the scary stuff. Robots, surveillance, the environmental weight of the cloud.
But we didn't stay there. We countered it with the CLEAR mindset to filter the noise.
With health as sovereignty, using simple things like flossing and sunlight to keep our biological passwords secure.
And practical skills. Reading maps, knowing your water sources, and most importantly, building trust with your neighbors.
It's a lot, but hopefully it feels manageable. It's not about fear. It's about agency.
Agency. That's the word. The ability to act.
So we've given you a ton of information, but I want to leave you with a specific question today.
Let's hear it.
If your health is becoming your ultimate security credential, your unhackable ID, what is the one simple change you're going to make today to secure your sovereignty?
Is it stepping outside for 15 minutes? Is it finally committing to flossing tonight?
Or maybe it's just buying a paper map of your city. Whatever it is, do it with intention. Move from autopilot to pilot.
And, of course, the necessary disclaimer. We are analyzing sources here. We are researchers, not doctors. Please consult with medical professionals for your specific health needs.
Stay grounded, stay clear, and keep your sovereignty. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
Take care.